Hello and welcome to a new video, and with this the last part of our up north trip to the North Cape and back down. We are currently near Malmö and we're heading towards the city center to charge the car, to get some breakfast, to have a look at the city, and after that to head out back towards home with a quick stop in Hannover overnight. So we're currently at 41%. We used about 20% overnight, maybe even 25. But I watched some YouTube last night, so that took some energy. And also, I'm not sure why it used so much energy, because I had it set to 20 degrees in here and it's 18 to 19 outside. So no idea what was going on there, but still 40% is way enough. We're gonna be arriving in the parking garage with 34% that I searched for where we can charge, so that's all great. I would say let's head out towards Malmö city and have a quick look at that before continuing on onto the highway. Great stuff. We arrived at the charger in the parking garage and we're gonna go out and plug in. So let's do that. We're gonna return all of our bottles later today to get rid of them from here. Whoops. Our favorite card. Looking good. We can park here for 4 hours. I think that's way enough for getting breakfast. We're charging 3-phase 16 amps. Perfect. Looking good. I think I'm still gonna grab my jacket. It is kind of warm, but not sure. All right, looking good. Great stuff. Let's charge here for like 2 hours, then we should be at around 17%, I think. And yeah, that should be good. Let's get breakfast. We are back at the car with 72% state of charge. Pretty nice. Let's unplug and get ready to go. I just put in our rough destination. We'll be there at 7:36, so that's all great. We can be there from about 8 p.m. So some traffic around Hamburg will fix that problem for us. First charge will be in Denmark, here in Slagelse or something like that, close to the highway. That's pretty good. We'll arrive there with 22% at Circle K. That's great. I'm not sure if we've maybe been there on the way here. I don't think so, no. But it's still good. All right, let's head out and let's stop our parking time. All right, good stuff. Let's go. and entering back into Denmark. Welcome to Denmark! On the huge bridge of the Øresund. Nice! Just arrived at the supercharger. I thought about going to Ionity, but it's completely full. Just as X over there, as you can see, super high usage. Clever as well back there, super high usage. Then there's Nolly chargers behind the building, which were also quite well in use, and Ionity completely full. We drove 168 kilometers with a consumption of 177 watt-hours per kilometer, which is pretty good, I would say, for mostly around 110 kilometers per hour. So that's quite nice. Let me grab my cap, and yeah, crazy amount of EVs over here. Supercharger also well in use, but still enough room for us. The button works, nice. Let's go. Damn. Pretty nice and nice layout. Perfect with our bike rack on the back. We are charging and ramping. Can you please? Can't stop it from flickering, but okay. We're ramping. We're at 9%. We drove 10% further than we initially intended to, or the car initially intended to, because we replanned, and then it sent us here instead of to I forgot the name. Before the bridge, the Storebelt. And now we're behind Storebelt, so we're already like over all the bridges. That's pretty good. 90, ramping pretty slowly for a new Suk. 100, come on, give us more. Ramping super slowly, super carefully. Why? But still, all good. 20 minutes to continue the trip. Maybe we'll go around and check out what's going on here, or we're just playing some Fallout Shelter. Let's see about that, but we'll continue in 20 minutes. We found a truck charging station. 300 kilowatts for charging your electric semi. Pretty nice. Gotta love it. Let's head back to the car. We're charged up enough to continue trip. So we're gonna go close to Germany now. Just like the supercharger before the border, I think. Pretty nice. We are unplugging. Pretty nice. Working well. Charged up to, let's see, 84%. Perfect. Then we'll arrive at the next charger with 19% state of charge. That's good enough for us. Let's go. Just over there is the supercharger, and it's pretty huge. Damn. V3 and V3.5. Crazy setup. And Ionity over there. We're gonna go to the superchargers. It's easier. No, it's Clever and Eon. But let's go to... yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's go to one of the outer spots there. Then we don't have to park like in reverse or so. Can just drive through with our wild bike rack. 10D, 11D, crazy. We are at, let's see, let's get the focus on here, 23% state of charge. And we drove, let's see, 167 kilometers since charging with a consumption of 172 watt hours per kilometer. Pretty good, I would say. We're about to plug in and get us some food from our local food supply back there. Doesn't want to focus, what the heck? Yeah, pretty nice. We're plugged in, starting to charge, there we go. And ramping. Awesome. 9 minutes to continue trip. 114 kilometers. Oh, come on. We don't want to go to this supercharger. Yeah, here. 9 minutes to continue trip. Alright, we're just gonna leave it on this because then it'll show us. Alright, sounds great. We're already at 100 kilowatts. Still ramping. Pretty nice. I'll update you as soon as we continue. We're already charged up to 76%. Way too much. Way longer than we needed, but we had a nice conversation with another German driver here and organized us some food from our supply. And now it's starting to rain, so let's jump in and go. Yep, that sounds good. And we gotta recalculate this because 30% at the next supercharger. I'm sure that's not the case. And that's better. 20% at the next supercharger. Great stuff. Charging, driving for 1.5 hours, 139 kilometers. Sounds like a plan. Let's go. And we're heading towards the last border crossing of the day from Denmark to Germany. And it looks like there's possibly no controls, so everything goes smoothly. We're allowed to go 80. I can already see some German signs here, which is awesome. I can't see a Germany sign though. I don't think we have one. Ah, no, there's just a Niedersachsen sign. There's just no Germany sign here. But anyway, welcome back to Germany. You can have a look at the German Mauttabelle to know how much you have to pay for trucks. And normally I would now go full speed, but not with our roof tent. So, welcome back to Germany. arrived at the supercharger with 19% state of charge. 2D is out of order, that's okay. 140 kilometers driven with a consumption of, now it's getting interesting, 196 watt-hours per kilometer. So quite a bit higher than before. Next up, we need 48 more percent. So let's get juicing. I like those pull-through superchargers with the back-to-back parking spaces. That's perfect for the bike rack, way better than the superchargers that are just placed towards the end of a parking lot. Also over there, the new Model Y is being tried out with S, I guess, but it won't work as he wants to. I think he tries to summon it towards him, but it doesn't do it. That's kind of funny. Well, let's charge for 20 minutes and then we can continue. We are charged up to 84%, arriving with 15%. So that's all enough. We're only getting 55 kilowatts anymore. So unplugging right here. Got some visitors here and a new Y from Denmark. Really nice. Let's go. 2 hours and 15 minutes of driving. That's some fun. Along Hamburg and all the traffic. Yay. Alright, we are arriving at the supercharger, our last charging stop for the day. Right here, nice B3 Plus. I'm gonna jump out to check for the length with the bike rack. Let's go and check that out. Alright, looks good. Let's plug this boy in. Nice, we're communicating and we're charging. Ramping up nicely. We are now gonna charge up to enough to get through the night and tomorrow and get to the first charger tomorrow. I don't know, something around 50 to 70% probably. And I would say that's it for today. We're gonna start tomorrow morning, but for privacy reasons, I don't want to film any further. So yeah, we'll see us tomorrow morning. And yeah, everything good so far. Let's have a quick look for the consumption real quick. Just here, let's see. 183 watt-hours per kilometer on 181 kilometers driven. 8,500 kilometers so far with a consumption of 187 watt-hours per kilometer. Pretty good. Really nice. All right, we are now playing Fallout Shelter, and then we're heading on to our residence for the night. See you tomorrow morning. Hello and good morning. We are now on the way to our last destination, to home. We arrived at our destination for the night with 54%. I think we're now down to 51 due to sentry mode. That's all good. We're heading towards an NBW charger near Hildesheim right now. We should be there with 24% and 71 kilometers. Car's already preconditioning as it should to get nice and warm because the battery's at 20 degrees right now. Yeah, currently I'm not routing towards home because all the superchargers are in not perfect places, so we're navigating to NBW, and yeah, route planner wouldn't like that. So we're looking at when we will arrive after our charging stop or at our charging stop, but I think it'll be at, now it's 10:22 a.m. It'll probably be around 4, 5, 6 p.m. something like that, but all good. Won't be at home too late, so that's all very nice. And yeah, 1 hour to drive to the charger. Let's do that as soon as the train is through and the train gates are back open. We just arrived with 21%, and I decided to go to Arapulse because then we don't have to drive that far back. It's only that bit, but it's a bit. Also there's Fastnet and EVE Go over there. A lot of stuff you can choose from. Pretty nice. We're grabbing our charging card and the hat, and let's open up this one. I hope I'm not too far back. Let's see if the cable reaches. Yeah, it should. Yeah, that works out. Alright, plugged in. Authenticating slowly this one. And here we go. Love to hear the LP clicking. Really nice. And we're charging. You gotta love it. Alright. Really good. Screen's stuck, but here we are. Now we're going. Yes. 360 volts in the battery. 400 amps going in. Yes, perfect. 172 kilowatts. Damn, full speed, full rip, nice. we are charged up to 68%. That should be enough to continue trip. Next charger is just a bit before Kassel, and then another one just near Frankfurt. We might choose another one than the supercharger, but around Frankfurt is difficult anyway, so maybe we're just gonna do that. We can charge at home, so we don't need to arrive there fully charged. That's great. Why don't you stop when I press stop? Stupid. Stop it. Here we go. Alright. Nice pull start coming in. That's great. Let's jump in and head out, continuing home. And that stupid thing here just won't stick there. It's broken for a while. I don't know why, but won't stay where it's supposed to. Sometimes it does. Alright, nice. Let's go. We are heading into the supercharger. We're not blocking any Ionity stalls. They're small enough numbers. We're gonna go to the supercharger. Also, it's cheaper for us, so yeah. There's a charging queue for Ionity. We're gonna go through or we leave the Model Y come through, and then we're gonna go to the supercharger. Yes. Damn. Why are you queuing? Just go to the supercharger, guys. So much easier. Alright, I'm gonna go jump out and check the parking lot here. Looking good. Perfect. Great stuff. Let's plug in. Button is broken. Of course, that won't work. Yep, here we go. Looking good. We are communicating. And we're charging. Love it. Very nice. Let's see how much juice we need. Shouldn't be too long. 25 minutes to continue trip. Alright. We're gonna do that then continue to Frankfurt and then to home. Alright, we're charged up enough to continue our trip. So let's do that. Heading on towards Frankfurt. There's also Burger King. We love that. That's gonna be lunch. And then we should be good to go. And to head home. So one more charging stop. Nice. Alright, I'm plugging right now, and as the button's broken, we're gonna hold the handle. Yes. Perfect. 37 kilowatt hours in 24 minutes. Pretty nice. Let's get rid of this jacket because it's way too warm, and then we're gonna drive. We just arrived at the supercharger and another one that I thought we would be at. So there's no Burger King here, I think. Sadly, because I'm hungry. But we'll see about that. 182 kilometers with a consumption of 195 watt-hours per kilometer. 50% more to get home. That's doable, I would say. Let's jump out and plug in this nice V4 cabinet here. But it still won't work. Thanks for nothing. Yes. That's a bit tight, but it works. Communicating and charging. Very nice. Let's see what the car says, how long we need to charge here. 20 minutes to continue the trip. All right, that's no problem at all. Let's do that. Then we should be home at around 5-ish, probably. Would be awesome. Very nice. All right, we're ready to continue the trip. 80% state of charge. We will arrive with, let's see, still calculating. We charged 36 kilowatt hours with 17%. That's pretty perfect. All right, so let's head home and then we will see our final stats for the whole trip, which will be pretty interesting. So we'll see about that then. We have arrived at home with 24% state of charge after 155 kilometers since charging with a consumption of 177 watt-hours per kilometer. And now let's have a look for our whole trip. 9,068 kilometers. We could have done one more. 1,700 kilowatt hours of used energy while driving. And a driving consumption of 188 watt-hours per kilometer. With the roof tent and with the bike rack and with everything, that's so crazy efficient. Wow. Can't believe it. That's super wild. So yeah, I would say that's been it with this whole trip and with this video series. Thank you very much for watching if you've seen all of the videos. Really appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon in the next one when we're driving further down south. Even further than we've been in March. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you guys in another one again soon. Bye.